A little bit. Just give us.
Well, I got like 7 and 9 of them.
Let's just mention one or two, the major one.
The first one, Guy
We are talking about VC very
Kawasaki.
soon. Huh? Oh, from
Guy
Japan.
Kawasaki.
Okay, from Japan.
Yeah, and
Maybe.
then Fred Wilson. Oh, Guy Kawasaki came from Garage Technology Ventures.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the second one, they're they're out of order. I don't know if maybe that's the famous one. I don't know. Second one is Fred Wilson from Union Square Ventures.
Mm-hmm.
I can go on and look up to 7 and 9.
That'll be fine. So,
I think the big names are August Capital and Benchmark. They're
Okay.
the two.
another
major,
big one.
uh,
Okay, let's go back to our topic. Okay, who will be the next in the back?
Take some time to research. I think Dropbox may be the next.
Dropbox, good,
Yeah.
good.
Well, for
Also
this company,
brought my
because I think,
attention. Yes, city, right?
It's like Google. Google was founded by, started by two guys from Stanford University.
Mm.
Dropbox started actually by two students from the MIT.
MIT.
Look at the high-tech field. If you graduate or you came from a nice school, so that means people will think, okay, those companies run by smart products, smart guys. So this could be the first factor. So the first thing you advertise your company, that the people know this company. And if you graduate from a very good school as a supporting factor. The second one, I think, Dropbox. If you look at the iCloud competing market, it's very fierce competitive market. A lot of vendors in this market.
Let's have one step back. Please talk about a little bit to our fellowship. What kind of service they provide?
Oh, they can basically they provide space. You can store your data on their servers.
It's
So
more
when
like
you
cloud.
When you move around, you can access your data anywhere.
It's an example of the cloud technology.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
How many of you use Dropbox already? Yes, I think you will become very. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me mention one of what when I started using Dropbox, I use it and I put a file in a Dropbox and I access it from home. I'm just curious, how come this technology penetrate my company's network and get file at my home? Like if I have a file, it should be confined to use within a company. But once I put it in a Dropbox, yes, I can get it from home. It's it's amazing,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's technology, right? I don't know.
My understanding, okay, I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. My understanding is Dropbox provide a certain amount storage for free, right?
Yes.
Under certain amount gigabyte is free, but more than that you pay for the fee.
Yes.
So I think the free space is very attractive. That's the sweetie, right? Any kind of business, if you provide free and good service, it's not free junkie, okay? It's a free, good product, and it's very sweetie. So you just attract people come in. But once you use their technology and you use over than the free space, then you say it's okay, I'm willing to pay because I know your service is good, your quality is good.
Yeah.
So I'm willing. So I think the strategy is pretty good. It's pretty good. And for this kind of business model, you can divide it. For some business, probably you just cannot divide it, right? But for this kind of business, you can divide it. Certain amount is free, and then for anything over more than that, you pay for that. So I think this is a very, very good strategy. But you mentioned competitor is not there yet. Why? Because
No, there's a lot.
a lot, right? This is what I mean. Yeah. So I heard you wrong. So another issue is cloud technology almost everywhere right now.
Mhm.
How could, so what happened to Dropbox and stand out?
Yes.
What makes the yeah, Alice? How do you think? What's the factor? What's the reason make Dropbox stand out right now?
It's the user interface, how easily it is to be used by people. Because not everybody understands how things work in a computer. And if you talk about a network and you talk about a cloud and you talk about sharing, you can easily confuse people. But if you have very clear instructions and directions on how to share something and maybe share a little video, things become clearer. And that's what Dropbox did. They made things very clear, very simple, very easy. Just drag and drop, and then the other person can see it from a different location.
Any other idea? Because my issue is here, okay? When we talk about any kind of business, we know cloud technology is very popular right now. It's very hot right now. But the thing is, the hot topics always people's there, always competitors there. And right now, Alice just mentioned at least one reason why, probably the interface, user-friendly, which made Dropbox, stand out right now. And not necessarily Dropbox gonna win the game, but at this moment probably. And who is the closest competitor to Dropbox right now?
Well, Google Doc does provide some of the
Google Plus?
Yeah.
You mean Google Plus?
Google Docs.
Google Docs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But actually, I was about to think of Dropbox as well, but actually Dropbox is I changed my mind. Dropbox is a pretty good company, and it's very hard to compete with them now because they just got a round of funding for $200 million. So
Yeah.
with that amount of money, it's hard.
So I do a further research online. I think this lady just mentioned the
Alice.
Dropbox.
Alice.
Oh,
Try to memorize everybody's name. Alice.
yeah, they designed a very simple, friendly interface, and actually I don't totally think so. This is a crucial factor because those ideas could be copied easily by competitors. But another reason I think Dropbox got backup by Goldman Sachs.
Okay.
$250 million.
Good research.
Okay, those money can help them to, acquire other competitors, try to speed up the network, and make more access point for their customers. Those could be, your company is backed up by tons of money, and you get a more chance to be survived in this competitive market. And
Anybody done the research? Does Dropbox have any IPO schedule yet, or any goal, or any timetable yet?
Dropbox is one of the companies on my list too, so I did some research on that.
Good.
I think they're planning to go IPO this year.
This year, you have
Yeah,
an idea?
They actually have already turned down several buyout bids from Apple. Yeah.
But this year, right now, it's September already. Do you think that's really feasible for this year?
But there's still 3 months left.
Yeah.
Any different idea? Any different news? Any different news? Because I think at this moment, I think majority of this class we may agree, Dropbox maybe is one of the major player for the IPO. Any other news other than this year? Because I really doubt for this year, because if any company want to go IPO, that cannot be like 3 months, because this year is only like 3 months left. I think again, for this kind of the superstar, okay, or new star, okay, or morning star, I think the goal is IPO. But the question is when, and what do they wait for? What are they waiting for? And also, if this company, the goal is go to the IPO, any other possibility this company be merged before they go IPO? I don't know. Because YouTube, was merged, right? So some of those big superstars not necessarily go to IPO. Maybe in halfway they are merged. I don't know. So, but another conclusion is very good. Okay? Another learning problem is, for the new technology, we all talk about cloud technology, any kind of, say, green energy, okay, pharmaceutical, any kind of new technology. We always talk about that, but probably the bottom line is the interface. Right? Is that right? Interface. So, for example, the green energy. How can you and me to use green energy? Right? How can the engineer to design the very, very user-friendly interface, and I can use this technology in my home, and not just talk about that, because we read the green energy all the time in the magazine, in the newspaper. But what's in the interface? And interface is how, and also interface, just give me another idea. Interface probably is another major factor which make Apple different from any other competitor. We all agree, right? iPod is not created, invented by Apple. Cell phone is not created, it's not invented by Apple. But Apple makes the new interface. And the interface makes the whole thing different. And interface finally make the value, eventually, right? So we all agree with that. So any other input for Dropbox or whatever?
I think Dropbox got some advantages. Their technology is really good too. In terms of that the capacity of the storage that they can provide you, and also the speed, the throughput of the and the bandwidth that they can provide you, and also the security. So basically, those are the things that when you have some files, you put it online. And right now, the biggest roadblock for people to get onto the cloud or get into the cloud business is the security.
Right.
Yeah. And there's a lot of talk in the industry about this. And the best solution that I heard up to this point from one of the people is that they say, they give an analogy on this. It says that if you drive cars on the highway, it's not safe. Just like if you put a file on the cloud, it's not safe. But if you drive a tank on the highway, it's absolutely safe. The reason is not because of the highway is not safe, it's because the car that you're driving is not safe. So basically, if you have a way of, they provide one of the solutions, for example, like encrypt your file, then put it on there, and then whenever you use it, you download and decrypt it. I have only a way of getting that contents of the file by encrypt and decrypt. Then this thing is like driving a tank on the highway, and you're always safe. But that takes time because every time you encrypt it, it consumes your power of your computers and put it down there, and then when you download it, you need the power to decrypt, and that time people want to access your data cannot stay that long. And that's one of the problems that Dropbox has a solution to that. So that's people like to use that because they don't feel there is a latencies between the access a file or put the file in.
Okay.
So all kinds of technology in advance.
So there's another idea other than Alice just mentioned. So number one, probably interface, user friendly, and number two, probably more importantly, that is security. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Security.
for any kind of cloud technology, that's security.
Always.
Because that is the reason why eventually before the cloud technology invented or developed, people already use it already. You just posted your document to your email, right? So same thing. It's almost the same function. You go to anywhere, you just download your attached file from the email, so you can attach. But the problem is security, because once you attach any document to your email, everybody can see it. If not everybody, but every hacker can see it. So same problem. So I think right now the cloud technology just want to solve this problem. Speed is one problem, right? Speed is one problem. Storage is one problem, because for each of you, we can only attach very limited file. The size, like for Google, I don't know what's the size, probably, I don't know, 10 megabyte or something. Anything more than that, you can attach, right? So, right.
By 2 gig.
Right, so cloud technology try to solve the problem, speed problem, the size problem, and and the more importantly, that is the security problem, right? Otherwise, we will use email to attach our file already, right? So anybody use compared to Google Doc? You mentioned Google Doc is everything free, right? Google Doc is totally free, right?
No, it's free, but
Yeah, it is. I use
has a lot of
Google Docs.
glitches.
Right,
Technical glitches. It's very hard to use.
very hard.
Very hard, yes. Especially.
And also there's a size limit.
Yes, and it doesn't go well with PowerPoint at all.
So at this moment, we can see it's too far away, the number 2 to number 1. Huh? So the Dropbox is way leading.
But Apple has something called the iCloud, and that's what she mentioned.
But how does technology right now? Do you think this is pretty much mature already?
It's very mature. It's integrated in their system. Every Apple user,
Stuff on which stuff
like
on
if you use a MacBook or any Apple product, they would ask you to use the iCloud.
already?
So they're already
Even iPhone, huh?
training,
Even
they're already training their customers to use the iCloud.
okay.
So that's why they wanted to buy Dropbox, but it seems like Dropbox doesn't want to be bought.
Yes.
So
So right now, probably people could predict for the cloud technology, maybe in the near future, that is a Dropbox versus iCloud, maybe.
But I think that there will be one company from the business to be IPO. Maybe Dropbox, maybe.
Can everybody see very quick what's the revenue and the profit of Dropbox?
I don't know the profit, but
Revenue and the profit, 2011. Just give us a little bit idea, because I want to see.
Maybe Dropbox could be Target could be acquired by.
Yeah, this is my questions, because either go IPO or be merged. Either way, who knows? But if we can see very quickly, see what's the revenue of 2011 and the profit, probably we can get a hint. Because at this moment,
140 million.
140,
2040.
200 something, right? 200 something.
2011.
So it's a double size of Twitter. But how about the profit?
That's a very last year.
Profitable? I can see they have a higher operating cost, because you need to keep, the hardware, and you need to maintain the plan. You don't need to maintain that. So I can see, of course, the company like this, they need to maintain higher operating cost over than the regular networking. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is that if you get into the technology, you're gonna see that for this type of company, they have to have a very good data center, and it has to be distributed. It cannot be in one place. And also, it has to have not only the way of upgrade their system, but also they need to have a backup plans. They have what do you call it, disaster recovery.
Yeah.
Okay. And all these things all adds up, and then it continues to prevent the hackers from coming and putting any virus or anything like that. So all these things are add-on cost, plus they need to also improve their interface on the computer side, and also not only that, the advantage of Dropbox is some of the people are not using Windows, not using Mac. For example, in the engineering environment, we use Linux, and then we need a solution of common sharing, files. So that could be a solution. So
Do you have an idea how many employees right now? Can you check roughly how many employees right now currently?
I just found it from one of the news say the Dropbox, right, in the 2011 generate about 100 million in revenue.
500 million?
100 million.
100 million.
A lot, right?
But he mentioned 200 million. But anyway, it's okay.
Okay.
Where is their headquarters?
Prof.
So, okay. Very common.
Yes, as I said, those companies, there's a lot of runners in this market. So how you can become outstanding among those competitors? So what I think, first thing is money. Money is very important.
You mean the capital, right?
Yes, capital.
Okay, to raise
Second,
capital. We're gonna see the VC very soon.
Yeah.
We're gonna see
Then,
VC.
they have to improve their hardware infrastructures. Not just improve the security. If you look at the news about a month ago, Dropbox attacked. But not just improve the security, you have to build their storage network. That could be a very, very big plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like Google, they build up their data center in some state even a small town. It's actually the whole Google's data centers over there. So they have to back them by money and try to get their very strong infrastructure. So then become outstanding.
Yeah, so I can see, the company like Dropbox is more capital intense than the Twitter. I can say, So, okay, any other input about Dropbox? So at least I think we can identify what we just mentioned Dropbox. We are trying to discuss, who will be the next big one, for the IPO or to be merged, And we just talk about the Dropbox could be the very good topic here. Go ahead, Alice.
So they had 67 employees in
Yeah,
2011.
typical, I'm not surprised. Under 100, huh? Under 100. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Still keep very, very slim. Keep very, very simple employee. Just like Facebook, they before the IPO, they still keep very, very small, number of the employee. I'm not surprised. So that's why I say, even the number 62 or 70, typical, Even though this superstar, morning star, but usually before this company go to the IPO, usually they keep very, very simple organization. Okay, other than Dropbox, any other? Yeah, Carrie?
The second one on my list is Evernote.
Okay, how do you spell it?
EVERNOTE.
Let's see.
It's an app.
EVER.
EVERNOTE.
Okay, yes, talk about that.
It's an
Am
app.
I right?
Yeah.
Evernote, right?
Yeah, Evernote.
Okay, talk about that, yes.
It's an app on iPhone or iPad that you can document your thoughts anywhere.
Through the internet or
file, yeah, across any devices, and you can save web pages. You can capture your inspirations and share your ideas with your friends or colleagues.
you have any more idea about the sales revenue? Where are they located?
It's located in Redwood City.
Okay. Any idea about the founder?
Sequoia,
Oh,
the Colo Capital, and
This is
Arizona.
VC.
VC, right?
I'm not talking about VC. The founder. I mean,
Founder.
any idea about the founder?
Phil Ligby is the CEO.
Or anybody heard about this company? Can you give us? Yes.
I'm using the software.
Okay. It's more like a app. It's like an app or what? It's not app. It's carry. Is that app free
Yeah.
app?
It's an app, yeah.
It's free app, right?
Yes,
It's
yeah.
You just download. But is that only good for Apple or is also good for Android? Now available for Android.
Android.
Android, right?
Yeah.
Also another version for Android. So there are two versions, right?
Yeah.
But I wonder how did they get the revenue because it's free.
Right. So let's talk about the business model. So this is very important. I want to bring in this idea because when we talk about any say superstar or so this is why I want to give you this is the reason why I give you the idea the multi-layer marketing. Right? Multi-layer marketing also make profit. But you need to make sure you are in the right place, you're in the right time. Because the whole business model is very easy. You always need to recruiting the bottom layer. Without the newcomer, the new people come in, your whole structure collapse, right? So that's why I said the business model is so important. Not limited to Evernote. Do not limit to the Evernote. For every app company, if they are free for download,
yeah, that's it.
how does these people make profit? What's the business model there? Yeah, go ahead, Kelly.
If you, there are two versions. It's a premium version. You have to pay. Membership is $5 per month or $45 per year. So just like the Dropbox, it's for the majority, for the beginning users, it's free. But if you want to get the upgrade version, you have to pay.
Any idea? As I said, not limited to this company. For every other free app company, how does this company survive? Yes.
I think they are going to get your personal information and then.
How about this? They collect your personal information and resell to somebody else.
That's right.
Do you know your personal information is valuable? I heard about one news, okay? Right now the market value is, each account is $7, $5 to $7. I heard about it. I'm not quite sure it's new. Is it correct, wrong? Okay. I heard about it. Somebody said for each account, if somebody stole my account, Samuel Tong, Social Security, cell phone number, my mailing address, my email, and after verify this is all correct, if they sold my account to somebody else, each account is $5 to $7 value on the market.
It's very cheap.
So I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe this is one business model. They collect your information, and I don't know.
Oh, and
What's your input?
for this kind of app, when you register, they only put a little bit information. It's not that you even don't need your real
Well,
information.
maybe not all your personal information, but they will track your behavior,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what
that's
kind of
more
thing you
important.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they track, right? They can try to find out how many phone calls you made. They can do the marketing analysis. Say Samuel Tong, you make a phone call to area code 415 how many times every day? 408 and 510. Yeah. And what kind of phone call you receive? And for each call, how long it is, average how long it is, and they can make analysis. And I think the personal information probably is not valuable, but your behavior. Your behavior. So eventually, some people say, whatever I done every day, everybody know. So everything is open eventually. There's no privacy eventually for today, because it's so easy to track down your behavior, what kind of people you talk to, what kind of customer you deal with, even your revenue, you cannot hide. So yeah, maybe you are true. So that's the reason why the app company provide for free. they don't necessarily know your true name, your true birthday, your true social security, but they can track down your behavior. So every day after we download the app in our computer, we export ourselves already. We totally open out ourselves to this company. Maybe true, maybe true. So any other input? Yeah.
Well, I actually, okay. Actually, I picked up a very similar company. I think some of you already know which one I picked. The name of the company is Rovio.
Let me write it down, okay? How do you spell?
R-O-V-I-O.
R-O-V-O. Rovio,
No,
okay?
B,
Sure.
B
B
as
for
Victor.
Victor.
V. All right, talk about that.
Okay, so this company founded 2003, and their revenue for 2011 is about $106 million,
Okay, so
and the profit is about $46 million.
okay, 40%. All right.
And their online business, they got 200 million active users every month.
200
Million.
every month.
Yeah.
Wow.
And 20 million people using that every day.
Wow.
And 300 million minutes every day people are online using that.
So what kind of online? What kind of online?
So the name of the product is Angry Bird.
Oh, okay. So my kids they play. I
So
learn-
what happened
learn
is
from
that
them.
how are they able to make money? They're not only selling their ads whenever you download, because it's multi-platform. So whenever you want to play, you can play, and most of them are free. But the thing is that they're not only doing the online, but also they have the other product line, including the code, including the stuffed animals, including some hats and stuff. On top of that, they have even another businesses. They're developing the theme park right now.
Oh.
So they have this theme park in Finland already open, and their base is in Finland.
So the headquarters is in Finland? You mean the headquarters?
Yeah, headquarters.
So it's a Finland company, huh?
Yeah, it's a Finland company, but they're planning to go public next year, either in New York or in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Yeah. So other than the other business, so I think this one is pretty good.
How many of you heard about this company? Angry Bird? So everybody heard about Angry Bird, right? Yes. I learned Angry Bird from my 5 years old daughter. And she played every day and I learned that from her. So, but my question is, does this company target the major user as a young age group?
Not necessarily. I think,
Not necessarily. So even adult people play Angry Bird?
yeah.
So I'm the only exception? Or?
It started with the young people.
Yes.
But
Started with
yeah, but expand to more, right?
So whoever has a cell phone, whenever they're bored, will play Angry Birds.
Right, it's easily download it to your phone. You can play anywhere.
So
But-
in the product development, for example, I'm sorry, they developed the latest one. They call it Angry Birds Space. It's borrowed the idea from NASA.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a zero gravity
Mm-hmm.
units. And then they got 1 billion download in 35 days.
Wow. Again, okay, this is a free game, right? Free download game. But hold your question so far, okay? My question is, millions of free game every day come out on the market. People can freely, easily download so many games. So what is standing out? What makes the Angry Bird, again, standing out? Just like Dropbox. So many free download every day. But what do you think? What's the major factor which make Angry Bird become so famous right now. Almost, I may be the one of the exception, but almost everybody know about it. What's the major factor?
One is easy to play,
Okay, easy to
and
play.
one is beautiful graphics.
Okay,
One is the sound.
okay,
Okay, and also on top of that is the level of the game and the characters of the game. They constantly trying to making the appearance and also the colorful. So it become like eye-catching kind of thing. So when people are playing that, the others will try to understand and then try to get into there as well. So
even though I don't play it, but I agree. Okay, the character is amazing. I think they create a very very attractive character. As I say, even though I don't play it, but when a daughter got my attention, I say, wow, So I think that's
And
one
also
of the major
interface.
interface
Like
again.
industry,
Yes,
yeah.
interface.
The game is not like you only play on your device. You play with other people.
Right,
And this is like a game world.
right,
Yeah,
right.
people like
You
against
play
each
with
other.
another people online.
And they buy, like they can buy a weapon, they can buy something. So that's the way we also generate revenue.
So that is a major conversation between my daughter and my son every day. And my boy always complain his sister saw something wrong, or lose something. Yeah, go ahead.
But I had a question too. Like a company like Angry Birds, I don't think it's sustainable
Okay,
for
good.
the long run.
All right.
I honestly don't
All right.
believe they have too much room for growth.
All
Like
right.
right now, okay, they're investing in merchandise, t-shirts, caps, merchandise. Like they can sell worldwide to generate revenue, and they're building theme parks, like Disneyland type of theme parks to attract customers. What's after that?
Yeah, this is my same questions because when I ask, it's a millions of free game come out every day on the market, and of course for today, the character design, the interface, certain thing make the Angry Bird become very very attractive, but any other factor can making sure sustain, because you successful for today is one thing, but you keep it is for another thing, right?
So they are developing a very important. They need to constantly develop.
Right, this is another key issue.
Just like farm milk, it was very popular when Facebook just came out, but now there's more people play it.
Mhm.
Completely lost.
So there's another strategy is once one business becomes successful, how can you build out the barrier? Build out your barrier and you defend yourself. You defend yourself from another competitor coming in. So one thing is you need to develop every day and to come up with the new thing. So this is very important. You need to come up with something for defensive and making sure you can sustain,
they also step into film business.
Okay.
And
Diversify, you
movies
can hear
and-
about it, right? Diversify right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have movies and they also have 52 cartoon episodes coming out every week.
You have any news? Which movie studio they gonna cooperate?
Fox.
Okay, Fox. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And their major investor is Excel, which is a group of MIT people.
Yeah. Good. Interesting. Any other people? You just came in late. We are talking about your homework. Your homework. Who's the next?
I have Pinterest.
Very done. Spell for me.
Pinterest.
P
Interest. Pinterest. INTREST.
P I N P R
TEREST. Interest.
P. Oh,
interest.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. P interest, right?
Yes. Wow.
T R E S T. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's P. Okay, P interest. Okay, talk about it.
It's like a pinboard, It's for photos and notes, your ideas. You create an account, you share with other people with same interest.
Okay.
And so people have same interest. It's common bonding. You can go.
So
and
it's
share
another type of social network.
Yes.
Another type of social network.
So they are the third largest social network other than Facebook, Twitter. They are the third biggest one.
How long this company is?
It's about 2 years, I think. They got
Okay.
over 10 million.
Do you have any idea how many users already?
Over 10 million users already in 2 years.
10 million.
Yeah.
10
And
million.
growing. Right now, maybe like, well,
It's the
around
same
7
one.
million.
Okay, Alice?
It's the same one that I
Oh,
talked about.
okay.
Oh yes, yes, same one, right?
I see.
Oh, no, go ahead.
How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you think? Let's talk about competitor. Any other similar social network compete to?
Well, I guess Facebook is doing everything right, but I guess for this one, it's more focused. It's not just trying to find people.
Yeah, Alice
What's
just
the
mentioned.
yes?
Right? Alice just mentioned the
Yes,
strategy.
yes.
Like strategy for this company is just, combine the people from Facebook, Twitter, so attract those users from another social network company already. So
Always, well, I think Facebook is quite for younger generation, right? School kids, college students, that's where we started from. We try to find new friends or find old friends. But this really is more you share your interests. So you have a common thing. Idea you can.
it's more hobby orientation, right?
I
More
guess
hobby
we are going to more just hobby idea for decorating. I think other things like recipe, cooking, things like that.
So they can share, right?
Yeah.
They can share the recipe.
But for them to share,
Yeah.
they need Facebook and Twitter. Without it, it's impossible to grow that fast.
And also it's about, on that right, it's like 60% of the user is female. It's for mature ladies.
You have any age?
No,
No
maybe I
age.
can do more Instagram. So there's a lot more room to grow. Because people get bored on Facebook.
How many people use Pinterest? Not too many. So 10 minutes, I think, still very, very small. Usually for IPO, probably you need to go more than 1 billion or close to 1 billion.
But I think they have a very big potential to be merged. I don't think they can
Right,
stand on its
right,
own.
right.
I think their aim, their goal as a company is to get merged. Is to be
gamers,
bought.
right.
It's like Instagram now, about that.
Yeah, for 1 billion.
Yeah.
But there's so many these kind of social network companies. So what's the uniqueness? What do they have in
Yeah, this is another question, right? I think this is very good question because right now, everybody see, Facebook, go went public, and Twitter is the next one. So many social networking. The problem is, as a user, I can only spend certain minutes every day, right? To be honest, right? We're all so busy. So even though I can spend, some time on the website, I can only pick out the one I really get used to. So for example, I'm the user as Facebook. Probably I don't have time allocated to Twitter, even though I know Twitter is so easy, so convenient, so short, right? So concise. But if I can spend certain amount of minutes, I only spend on one side. So very good questions. So many free social network on the market. Usually the user get lazy. When I say lazy is we get used to certain website. We don't want to switch. So yes, some questions. So if we are very limited, we only can spend very limited time on the social network every day. How can you make this thing happen? How can you?
The developers are very aware of this. Like, people are just used to sticking to one website. They don't want to jump from Facebook to Twitter to Tumblr to all these different sites. But the key thing that they do to make you come back, to make sure that you come back to their website, is to get your friends in. And when you get your friends in, the friends will prompt you. They will kind of force you to check Facebook, check Twitter. Hey, did you get my message? Hey, I sent a photo to you. Can you check it? So it's the prompting that makes you go back all the time to check.
Good idea.
Just something like the multiple layer,
Yeah.
that type of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for security measure, you want to make sure that you're logged off the system. So sometimes they can track you that you're logged in. They can,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
so
get
they can
your
track your
bookings
course
and
anyway.
yeah, they can actually get in there. That's I'm always off.
Good.
Yeah, I think for those, if you have limited people in your network, then it may work. But if your network
Yeah, well,
becomes
thousands,
too
right?
big, then you get
Yeah.
lost.
We almost reached the limit already, so.
You don't need anything because too many stuff.
Just so clear, it's not they're expanding outside of America. Their main focus is not.
Oh, you mean the pages?
Well, the members they're going to
Which one?
Twitter.
Twitter. Okay.
Yeah.
Still focusing in the United States.
They're
you mean?
not focusing in the United States because it's already. I think,
Oh, not focusing in the United States.
Not
They,
focusing.
they're interested in the whole world,
Yeah,
right?
they're going to go
International.
global. That's right.
Global. We'll go back to you, Andy. So be prepared, okay? So we'll finish this.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to rest.
Steven.
What happened is by the end, close to the end of last year, Goldman Sachs invited like about 40 CEOs from the internet business and Pinterest and all the other L'Oreal, all this Dropbox are all being invited into that conference or just a dinner. And then everybody got like about 10 to 15 minutes to talk about your companies. And then, so I find out I have a list of that and it was in my report, but I pick up L'Oreal. But I find out lots of different type of company they're in there, including fashion, including rental business, including social, including pay online, including shopping, and broadcasting blogs, and also business to business and travels. So, so all these different type of a company actually are trying to squeeze into the internet-based business, like coupons, providing coupon works, Eventbrite, give you a certain way of putting events. So in the small areas of this internet, it looks like still a big market.
Yeah. So before we go to Andy, any other input? I don't want to miss anything out. Yeah, Andy, your idea? For your homework, okay. I know it's due for tomorrow.
Okay, for the homework,
Yes, for
when I
homework.
pick up the website is a backpacker account.
Oh, one moment.
Yeah,
Let me write it down.
backpackers account.
How do you spell?
BACK
B
A
A
C K and P as Peter. ACKER.
Backpacker.
Yes. Backpackers account.
Okay, talk about that.
Yeah, and this is international, worldwide. The website. Good for the group, the people. They group up, not only in the same region, same city, but also in different area. They group up for several activities. For example, they group up for shopping and split the total dollar amount. Okay. Yeah, yes, that's great. Yes, and then they group up for traveling. So many travel agencies, they say if you have 5 people and then like 6 people free, right? Okay. And then they grew up for blind date. They say, okay, the same city. Okay, either the same city or they set up a date. They say we'll meet the Sunday, okay, September 15 in San Francisco Union City. So after that, we go to cheese factory for lunch. So grew up for blind date. So young guys, old guys can meet together. Everything, they make a group or travel, yeah. So this website is
So
really attractive.
my understanding is it's another type of social network, right? Another type to put the people together, and then say for example, put to the large number, and those people get a discount, or to group people to go to the tour, or go to anything, right? Do you have any idea how many users?
Or they are They are almost 1 billion.
No, wait, I doubt it. You mean the user? You have the number?
Yes.
1 billion?
Yeah.
How long the company is?
I don't remember.
Any user here?
Facebook,
I doubt.
Facebook didn't even reach 1 billion.
Right, so I doubt the number, so it could be, I really doubt it.
Because
so.
it's worldwide. So
But it's fine.
it's fine.
Anybody you can do the search very quick? Online, very quick. Because if we don't have too many users here, I don't believe we have 1 billion, because we have a representative here. Because almost, I can say because almost everybody here is a Facebook user, so we have almost 1 billion, almost, not yet. But if we have only 1 or 2 people sitting here, then I really doubt, there are 1 billion users yet.
By the way, there are so many branches. Okay? For example, they have the branch, the website called backpacker.com.cn, .com.tw, .com.au.
Where is the headquarters? Where is the
Headquarters is USA.
which city? Which area?
No, you search backpacker.com.
Okay, while we're searching, okay, we have we can have this topic continue, but while we're searching, we need to keep time under control here. So very quickly, this is not complete, okay, just to give you one idea, but I believe you may have more information than I do, okay. The major capital link here, it's very easy to find it. So as I said, I will send each slide to you after the class. So Andy, did you receive my email?
Yes, I do.
So Truly also, right? You received my email, right? Yeah, I will send the email to you, so you don't need to copy on this. So a lot of basic here. So again, not very too many people will have a chance to talk to the VC, but let's talk about this. If we had any chance to the VC, what kind of criteria they are looking for? I believe we mentioned this from last week already, but one more time. At least get a little bit idea. If we have the meeting with AC, right, we mentioned this, right? But they may ask the following questions. Seasoning. Of course, they are looking for some people, for sure, right? With experience. So we talk about this. Have you done this before? And can you prove it? Been done this, been there, done there. Customer, VC, of course. Even we ask ourselves, who is our customer? Right? And what compel them to buy your product? What is the benefit, right, of your product? And what problem? Just the same questions. So many social network on the market. How can you attract people to use it, right? We know it's all free, but free is not an issue anymore. How can you make people log on your website to use it? You need to create more creative. Why is worth it? The price, does it compare? And so after these kind of questions, they may ask for the team. Okay, what kind of team member you have, and so many things. So I will send this email to you. I think at least give you. The reason why I want to include this slide is if you want to prepare your business plan, you can use this list under your business plan. You say, oh, this is our business plan, and this is our team, and this is our product, this is our service, and this is our potential customer, and how does the value be added? Okay. You can follow this. I think at least this is not very long one, very short. Okay, so opportunity. What is opportunity? And again here, we talk about your business model. Again, even we have the meeting with the VC, they will ask you, right? So what is a profitable model? What is the repeat? It's not one time. It's repeat. Just we just mentioned, Angry Bird is so successful, but you need to maintain it, right? How can you sustain your business? Expandable. You don't just stay here. You want to expand, predict, right? Defense again, defense, right? Dropbox need to defense, right? And Angry Bird